4 lawmen on charges of torture. On charges that they worked over a drug suspect with a stun gun. Unbelievable. The cops of yesteryear must be rolling over in their grave when they read that. Time to wonder what it must be like to strap on a gun and pin on a badge and become a lawman. Yeah, you're a hard-line cop. You've been on the force for 30 years and you yearn for the days of the rubber hoses when you can grab a suspect and say, bop, 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 bop. Now, you want to give me that confession again? Bop, bop. You didn't need no stun guns. You just stuck their fingers directly in the electric socket. Yeah! Yeah, you were a mean cop. Kind of cop that would just look at a suspect and say, yeah, but nowadays they got Miranda. The only Miranda you ever liked was Carmen, and she ain't around anymore. Well, the day comes when you got your 30 years in and it's time to retire, and you start thinking about it. What are you going to do after you retire? Being a cop is your whole life. What, are you going to get a job as a security guard in a shopping mall? Everybody will call you Pop. Or maybe you'll take your pension and go down to Fort Lauderdale and see who can blow the biggest spit bubble as you sit there on the boardwalk. No? You decide that there is no life after law enforcement. So you decide to do one last thing for society. You load up that Magnum. And you visit your buddy who's a prison guard on death row. You say, hey, can I walk up and down death row? You know, I've been a cop 30 years and I never walked up and down death row just to check this place out. So sure enough, you walk up and down death row and you unsnap it. You clean up death row all in a matter of 30 seconds. Of course, needless to say, you're arrested and you're sentenced to die yourself, but you don't care because that's what you want. You don't want to put a bullet in your brain, then your wife doesn't get the pension there. No, you let the state execute you. For your last meal, you order nothing but a case of beer, and you invite everybody you ever hated to your execution. All the pinko politicians, the left-wing press, the bleeding heart judges, and your ex-wife, all sitting there watching you get electrocuted. They're chuckling. Little do they know, you're actually taking a leak as you're sitting there. You're emptying that whole case of beer all over the floor. So that when they hit the switch, yeah, the whole place, their heads are bobbing. You take them all with you. In short, what you do is cook them.